The all-new 102.7.
Very, very excited about One Less Day. I almost got a little bit of a listen, but it didn't come from your label in time.
Oh,
Dying to hear it.
let's just imagine it's awesome.
Well, we know anything that comes from you is going to be awesome. Tell us about this song.
One Less Day. It's the first single on my new record, Chip Tooth Smile. It's actually a song about getting older. You know, it's about how the idea of getting older is a privilege that's not afforded to everyone. And we've lost a lot of friends over the last few years. And so I think you turn a corner at some point where you stop writing about living forever and you stop writing about being young forever and you start really embracing the idea that you're very lucky every day that you get to have. And that's what it's about, that every day that you get older is one less day from dying young.
Absolutely. Did you ever think you were going to die young?
I did. You know, it's weird, I think, because when you're in like 20 years old, you simultaneously think you're going to live forever.
Right.
And that you're going to die by the time you're 25. And somehow both of these things they seem feasible to you. Like these are things that are going to happen.
I never thought I'd live past 30.
Yeah, there's no way. And then now I'm staring right at 47 and I'm like, okay, this is better than the alternative,
Yeah. Absolutely. So we can expect the album Chip Tooth Smile April 26th, right?
Yeah, April 26th.
And tell me about the album title.
I have a chipped tooth actually.
Where is he? Oh, that's cute.
There. It used to be
the best thing
really
ever.
pronounced when I was between somewhere in 17 or 19. I was slam dancing in a club and I got it knocked out of me.
Oh,
and
the
I
whole thing
didn't-
came out?
No, but it was just a giant chip, and so I didn't have enough money to get it fixed. And then I met my wife
With the chip
and
tooth?
with the chip tooth, and I was 50 pounds heavier, so she was really into me. Yeah, I mean, there's no
That
other.
must have worked.
Yeah, she would have never slept with me otherwise. And when I finally did get some dental work done, that was the one thing that she wouldn't let me fix. She had two rules was I can't fix the chip tooth because she likes my chip tooth smile. And I can't fix any of my homemade tattoos that I had done when I was young because they can remind me of stupid decisions I can make when I drink.
That is really brilliant. She's a smart woman.
She
Marisol.
is. And so I have two reminders at all times of maybe one more is not a great idea.
Yeah. And I love the fact that she loves like your faults or whatever you may perceve as faults.
Yeah,
But I
no,
think
it
that could be
was
sexy.
a big deal with her, the chip tooth smile. So I kept it for that reason.
You and your wife are so close, and she's so inspiring. Just seeing you guys over the years. And your birthday was on February 14th.
Yes.
So happy birthday!
Thank you very much.
Happy Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. I think of you guys as the coolest couple. When did you know that Marisol was going to be the one?
Oh, I knew it the minute that I met her. Like I met her for 5 minutes and I got her number because I was leaving town, and I think at the time I was in a phase in my career where I was more famous than she thought that I was, but less famous than I thought that I was, and because to her I was just this guy that just had a song on the radio. She's like, okay, big deal, and I was like, I'm a guy with a song on the radio. But then that was 20 years ago, and we talked for like almost a month. I was overseas, and she was going to college, and so we would like find this little window where we could talk when I would get off the stage and before she would get up in the morning. And by the time we had our first date in Boston, she came out and met me. We felt like we knew everything about each other, and I told her that night that I was going to marry her. And then we got engaged like a month later.
On the first date?
Yeah, but then we didn't get married for another year and a half because she has very traditional. Well, I would say almost traditional Latin parents. And so that doesn't fly. You can't just go fly away and get married, especially when she's just marrying a guy who, this is the 90s. Like she brings home a guy and he wears eyeliner and nail polish. And
That went over
so,
good,
yeah,
right?
there's a lot of convincing that has to go into it for a Puerto Rican father just to make sure that I was okay and I was above board.
But you won them over.
I did finally win them over, yeah. I tricked them again.
It's fun to be part of a Latin family, I'm sure, right? All the
It
food
is,
and the
growing up in the South, there's a lot of similarities, right, between this kind of passion that comes from Southern people and the passion that comes from Latin cultures. And there's also this kind of warmth that's always there. Like if you come over, they're going to feed you. They're going to make sure they take care of you. They're going to make sure that you're not hungry. They're going to make sure that you're warm. Like there's just this kind of like this family vibe that's there for both of them. So it felt familiar.
Once you're in, you're in. That's great. So also going back to we were just talking about how you were on The Voice and you were a mentor. I think it was season 3.
Yeah, I was Team CeeLo.
Right?
Yeah.
So you would be perfect for a reality show.
Oh,
To
God.
coach or mentor. I mean,
That sounds like another job.
it looks like it's another
No.
job, but I mean, you're a songwriter, producer, singer, artist. There's so many things you could, like. Would you have any interest in doing that?
I don't think so. You know, it's funny when me and Madi first, after we got married, it's almost 20 years ago, and there was a huge resurgence of like all these reality shows that were like all these couples. You know, these couples. It was Nick and Jessica and all that stuff.
Oh gosh.
And they came to us a lot for that.
Did they?
Yeah, and they came once, like when they wanted to do Cribs, you know, when they show Cribs, and my wife had the best response. She goes, "Tell them we don't have a crib, we have a home." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
It's true.
I don't really think so. I mean, I liked being a part of something like that. You know, doing the mentoring was kind of nice because
you're out.
it's a really big cultural thing, and you get to be a part of it. And I really did get to meet a lot of talented people, and it's really good, I think, for people to see. Either people that are on the verge of making it or people that haven't quite found it yet, but they're unbelievably talented because I think it shows you the breadth of talent that's out there and how much luck plays into whatever success you might have, because you got to be talented, but talent is just what gets you in the door. Then you got to have that luck that kind of in that right moment, those things that fire off. So I think it was a good learning experience for me as well. So I think I would always want to kind of step in and out of that. They've been trying to get me to do to be a host of The Voice in Australia for years and years, but then I have to go live in Australia for a couple months.
No, we need you in America. You have to do the
I feel like
American.
you do. I feel like you guys are going to be lost without me.
We so would be. First of all,
I don't want to say national treasure, but
it's okay. We will. We'll do it for you. Well, we would love to see that in America. Oh, Australia cannot have you before us. Also, Clive Davis Grammy party. Seeing it, like, how great was that?
Clive is the greatest. Clive's my neighbor. He lives around the corner from me, and we hang out a lot. And he's just become a very good friend over the last 20 years. So going to that party, it's the one thing that with all of the craziness that goes around there, and it's a lot of craziness when you get there in the red carpet and all that stuff. But once you get in the door and you're just sitting there, it's just a bunch of people, like where you can just sit down and look over and talk to Kurt from Metallica over here, you know, and then talk to Morris Day from The Time over here. Like, it's just this eclectic group of people, and everybody from all the different labels come there, and everybody kind of leaves their ego at the door and just enjoys a night of music and hanging out. It's something pretty special, I think, that he's cultivated.
Yeah, and it's a big deal to be part of that.
It really is. Yeah, I think everybody feels lucky every time they still get an invite every year.
Who were you most impressed by in terms of maybe new artists out there right now?
Oh, geez, that's hard. I mean, I think that Shawn Mendes just seems like a very talented, likable guy.
Yeah.
Charlie Pluth, I think, is another young guy that I think is really, really great. There's a new band out called Shade that I think is really great. Yeah, so good.
We saw that on your Song of the Day thing that you do.
Yeah, those guys are great. I mean, there's so much out there that it's kind of crazy. And now, I think the way that we're experiencing music is so great because we can go on and you can just find all these new artists that maybe you couldn't find through traditional means. Yeah. So I think that's one of the good things that comes out about things like Spotify and Pandora and those kind of things is you have your radio because you need your radio, but then at the same time it's good to be able to go out and find other things and call your radio station and let them know that you want to hear that on their radio station as well.
We love the radio love, Rob.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm a child of the radio.
Yeah, that's so true. And your son's in the music business too, right?
He is. Well, he's a junior now at Berklee College of Music.
Oh, nice.
There's actually a song on the record called "I Love It" that he wrote with me. So he actually has his first writing credit. Pretty.
So
excited
he's got songwriting skills too.
He does. He's a really, really good guitar player. So I'm very proud of him.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what can we expect? Tour video?
I'm going to be announcing the tour soon, but I'll be going out sometime, I think, after late May and touring through the summer.
Okay, great.
For sure. And then, we ride this out and then trying to figure out what 2020, I think I would be remiss if I was in a band called Matchbox 20 and we didn't do something for 2020.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're going to be pulling something together for that. Yeah.
And Ellen, you're going to be on Ellen as well?
Yeah, we're doing an Ellen for this, playing the new single on Ellen, I think right before the single comes out, before the record's coming out.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's really exciting. And did you walk here today? Did you come? You're very famous for just like blending on the subway.
I didn't. I had someone drive me in, but I just kind of stumbled in and I didn't know where I was going. But luckily, the person here was helping me, and she was standing there and she thought I was going to show up late. I'm a very early person. Like I have this weird thing about other people's time, and I don't like to make other people wait for me. So I have this weird thing about being on time. No, but it's so geeky.
Are you sure you're a rock
and
star?
my wife hates it because I'm the guy. Like I'll show up. She's like, we'll drive to like an event, and then she's like, okay, we're going around the block because we're not going to be the first people on the red carpet again. We're not just going to be standing there like an idiot. So then we'd go around and have a glass of wine and wait so we can show up, only relatively early.
That's fun too.
I'm a geek like that.
No, but that's great. That's so funny. I'm like, when I heard that you just walked in without your people, I was like, yeah, doesn't he do that?
Yeah, but look, now I'm rolling deep. Look at all these people. I got 2 people right now.
I know. and they're giving you the look. I know these are your babies, Rob, but can we just ask you, what is your favorite song to perform besides your new one? Like what? Just lately, because I know it changes.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
just
mean,
like kids.
you know, I think with Matchbox, we all kind of gravitate towards the song "Bright Lights." That's always like a really great song. I think that we love to play. With solo, I think there's a song called "I Am an Illusion" that I think always is kind of we kind of shut down the night with it. That's always like our fun one to play. I mean, I've been lucky with the same Matchbox, you know, for over 20 years now, and my solo band is the exact same band since 2004.
Yep.
So it literally is just going from one family to another, and there's never like, you know, a time where it's just me playing with strangers.
Yeah.
So it's always something that I look forward to, no matter what cycle I'm in.
Who's going to play you when they do the Rob Thomas Matchbox 20 movie like they did for Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, well, he's too young to act right now.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Somewhere at like NYU Film School, there's a young ingenue that's going to be he's going to be me. He's going to be the next Joaquin Phoenix, who would have been the guy that would have he'll play the older me.
Oh, ooh, Joaquin.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because the eyes maybe?
And I haven't gotten to that. No, I haven't gotten to that phase yet. But I'm going into the Joaquin phase. But I'm going to let Joaquin get really heavy, and then I'm going to get really heavy. Because I don't think any really good life story happens unless you have the I'm old and I'm fat period.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've got one more year. I've got one more year where this is going to work for me, and then I'm just going to start eating Twinkies.
I love that passion. Good.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna have such a
I'm
great
going to eat with wild abandon.
That's awesome. Awesome. Did you see Bohemian Rhapsody?
I did. It was great.
Yeah. And how about
By the way, there's also a documentary out, a Queen documentary called Queen Rocks the World that has more footage. It's backstage footage. It's footage of them recording all those songs off the We Are the Champions record, and it's got them on their like big American tour, backstage after shows. Unbelievable access. So it's
that's
really cool.
Who do you see, Bradley Cooper or Rami Malek?
Oh, I didn't see A Star Is Born yet.
Okay.
So I can't say.
Out on DVD tomorrow. But more important, your song. We are so looking forward to it. Can't wait. Can't wait for the album. Can't wait for the tour.
Thank you. I
for coming
appreciate
by.
it.
The all-new 102.7.